Okay, this is a swimming pool video, but for the time being, we have this is a retaining wall over here on the north exterior wall, and if it's less than twice its height from the structure, it's not affected by the structure. We've got some piping over here that I'm kind of interested in. I'm not sure what this piping is for. Broken. Is that broken? It seems to be coming from the swimming pool area. In fact, I do know what it's for. It's for the main drain. So the main drain just drains right out here. I guess that's your vacuum breaker. When it wasn't draining back there, I'll try to get a picture of that. Still image. But you saw it. Then it drains here, and we do not have a vacuum breaker for the swimming pool drain. So something to keep in mind. This fence was installed inside out. These are rails, the old top rail, middle rail, bottom rail. All right, top shelf. So these are impromptu. This is an impromptu fence, so neighborhood kids can crawl over and come into your swimming pool. So this fence was installed inside out. This gate was installed inside out. This gate should be self-closing, and I think, you know, that was the intention one time. I think that was the intent. But these gates are supposed to swing out. You're not supposed to be able to fall into the swimming pool area. I didn't make these rules up. I didn't make these rules up at all. That's okay. This is the swimming pool light switch. Right here on the garage north wall. The structure faces west. This is the GFCI for the light switch. Push the test button and it goes off, and the light is off. So the light is GFCI protected. Turn that back on. I've been watching the light for a little while, so we know that works. And also I want the hues to be a little different on the pool surface. So we'll just turn that off for the time being. When people go in, the floating chlorinator goes out. That's a chlorinator when you're not home, okay? But when people are around, all right, that's a toy. And kids will throw toys, and what's in a chlorinator? Chlorine. And if they're throwing it, what are they going to do? They're going to try and catch it. When they try and catch it, where are they going to try to catch it from? It's coming from above. They got their hands over their heads, trying to catch that. Where's all the chlorine going to pour down on their face and their eyes? So, no, that comes out. That comes out. I tell horrible stories. I'm sorry. I apologize. I know that my bedside manner can be rough sometimes. Windows to the swimming pool area. Windows to the swimming pool area. They should be self-closing, just like that gate tried to be self-closing. This door to the swimming pool area should have been self-closing. And these windows and this door should have a unique alarm about them, so that if somebody was to open one of these windows or that door, if you're in the front of the house ironing or whatever, collecting stamps, and if you're in the front of the house, you hear that alarm, you know that somebody, you know, escaped into the backyard to the swimming pool area. You're aware that people are in this area. Swimming pools are great. I wish I had the swimming pool. I really do. My wife would kill me for this swimming pool. But they are dangerous. There's an inherent liability with something this fun. Okay, the plastic skimmer. These plastics, and we see the scarring around here, so we know that we've had some piping repair. This plastic skimmer was, I guess, pretty recent vintage. And it does not have a weir trap, and I always caution my clients about weir traps. To me, not having a weir trap is a good thing. It's neither required, it's neither forbidden nor required, but I don't like them, and you don't have one, so I'm happy. Okay, now this is your pool sweep. That's your best friend, and you're going to see him make the rounds here. The end of his tail There's supposed to be a little foam. It's like $2. There's supposed to be a little foam cover, you know, because that gets dragged across and the foam cover takes the hit. It gets dragged across the pool surface, which looks pretty decent. I think this pool was resurfaced recently, and because I don't think this pool surface is that old, I have a certain amount of confidence about this main drain. Of course, I also had a certain amount of confidence about the vacuum breaker and the backflow drain. So, I mean, that's why I'm here. But I cannot tell you that that drain cover is actually compliant. They make different styles. It'd be hard for me to imagine from the vintage that it was anything but compliant, but I cannot confirm that it's compliant. Coming along here, the pool's nice and level. It's a little bit high. I'm measuring 4 inches. I triangulated 4 inches, and it's a little bit high. But that being said, you know, we've had a lot of rain lately, so, and the water's clear, and you know, I don't think that's, you know, necessarily a bad thing. Coming in here, some of the plaster repairs are coming loose right in there. And we're going to go under. We're going to go under because I can't see from the reflections and stuff. This is kind of a Hail Mary. We're just going to kind of take a look under here. Okay, well, we'll see what that looks like on the computer screen. And we'll move on along. Maybe I should get a rag out of my pocket here. See this slide? See that slide? Looks like a lot of fun, doesn't it? It looks like a trip to the doctor's office is what it looks like to me. It looks like a broken arm. It looks like a lot of pavement rash. The water has been disconnected to it. Think somebody can hang their bathing suit on that? That might be fun. That might be fun. Get up there, Donna. But no, this slide needs to come out. This is what's known as an attractive nuisance. It means that children are going to be excited about seeing it, and they're going to be falling off of it, and you're going to be playing Dr. Ben Casey. Okay, we got a little bit of high soil right here. I'm kind of talking to myself. Moving on along. I'm going to save this bad boy for last. Well, not necessarily last. Because this was here. Because, okay, portable hot tubs are beyond the scope of this inspection. This is not a real estate improvement. But because it's here, then these windows should have been tempered safety glass. When this showed up, then the requirements for these windows changed. They already were supposed to be self-closing. Already we're supposed to have alarms on them. Coming along, just as we suspected, that is your backflow drain that's disconnected in the alley. That's the water to your slide, which doesn't work. This is your diatomaceous earth. We got 25 psi here. Spoiler alert, 25 psi. Got 2 timers. I don't know why you would need 2 timers here, but you do. You got them, and they're working. The manufacturer's labels are missing. But the way we know they're working is if you look inside that little hole and you see the gears turning, then it's working. Gears turning, then it's working. Okay, each pump, you got 2 timers, 1 timer for each pump. Now, these timers you should not have to reach across the equipment like this to get to the timers. Now, this is another thing. These party lights, okay, I don't think they meet the intent, but just because they don't meet the intent is not required to have a service light back here. But I always call that deficient. I've seen other pool inspectors call it deficient. You know, I can't find any documentation that supports my feelings about this. But I can find documentation. It's supposed to be accessible. You're supposed to have 36 inches of clear working space in front of here. Your valves are supposed to be labeled. Well, you don't have any valves. You have this one spider valve. And the pumps just work on a timer. It's a pretty simple configuration. They are grounded, they are labeled. I've got pictures of all this data. Because we have the floating chlorinator out there, that was what's known as a clue, we do not have a chlorinator. We do not have a chlorinator. We do not have a separation tank. Not required. Not required. But those are features that we don't have. There's a feature that's not required. I don't inspect these. But this is the GFCI for the jet tub. And I know that it works. And that's all I know. I don't inspect these. I know that the water's warm. I already put my hand in there. I don't need to do that again. Well, these steps are kind of flimsy. And we know the water's green. So if this is important to you, the owner should show you how it operates. But again, this isn't a real estate improvement. So, just something to think about.